Hi, Dennis Bulldogs. So, because Thanksgiving is coming up in a couple of days, I wanted to focus on thankfulness. And even if you do not celebrate Thanksgiving, this is still a good exercise to talk about because being thankful is so beneficial to our lives and our happiness. And we'll talk about these. I'm going to talk about the power of thankfulness and 5 tips on how to practice it more often. So, I want to read you this quote really quickly. It says, cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude. Ralph Waldo Emerson. So, if we kind of break down that quote, he's basically saying we need to be thankful for everything in our life because it's contributed to where we are now. And so I just thought that was a good quote that they included in this article. And we'll go ahead and get started with the tips. Okay, so tip number 1 is pause and look around yourself. So it says a simple first step to being more thankful is to pause during your day and ask yourself 2 questions. Question number 1, what are 3 things I can be thankful for in my life today? Question number 2, who are 3 people I can be thankful for to have in my life and why? And so it also discusses that even if you can't think of 3 things to be thankful for or 3 people that you are thankful for, it's important to at least think of 1. And in a previous video, I had talked about, I think I was talking about anxiety. I'm not 100% sure, but we had talked about like writing down every day things that you are grateful for, thankful for, starting your morning that way. And even if you're on the bus, in the car, walking to school, you can think of something that you're thankful for as you're walking. And it can be as simple as, I'm thankful that, I'm able to walk to school. I'm thankful for my body being able to walk myself to school. I'm thankful for my education. I'm thankful for the beautiful weather if it's a nice day. Like, it can be very simple. It doesn't have to be super profound and long. It can be, I'm thankful for the sweatshirt that I'm wearing, or whatever, you understand what I'm saying. So just something that you're thankful for and someone you're thankful for. It says instead of thinking of more people and things to be grateful for day by day, expand your thankful view of your world. So you don't want to repeat yourself. Like, it's okay to be thankful for like the house or apartment or wherever you live, but it's important to think of other things that we're thankful for just to extend our gratefulness. The next tip, number 2, is express your thankfulness. And honestly, I think that this is the most important one. It says don't stop at just coming up with people for whom you're grateful for to have in your life. Take a second to tell them about it. This will make their lives happier and their faces light up with a smile. You'll feel happier too. Now, that gratitude could just be a small sentence, but it can have a big impact on someone's day, week, or even life. So be sure to make the small effort to express it. So I know from experience, and I'm sure you've experienced this too, when someone says that they are super thankful for you or so thankful that you're in their lives, or maybe you did something for them, that it means a lot to us and really change our entire day. So if you have an opportunity to tell someone thank you, maybe a teacher, cafeteria worker, custodian, paraprofessional, office workers like the secretary, treasurer, principals, you get what I'm saying. If you have an opportunity to say it and it would only take a few seconds, why not try to change someone's day for the better? Number 3, look towards yourself too. And this one's also important. It's not only things that are important or other people. You are important and valuable too. I'm going to repeat that. You are important and valuable too. So ask yourself, what are 3 things I can be thankful for about myself? It could be that you were a good sister during a crisis last week. It could be that you finally got done with that boring or difficult task you have been procrastinating on. Your self-gratitude does not have to be all about achievements. You can simply be thankful for your good sense of humor or the help you give your friends and family by being a good listener from time to time. And thankfulness doesn't have to be about big things either, which is what I mentioned earlier. It could simply be about the fact that you floss for a couple minutes in the morning. So it can be silly things that still benefits you in the long run, that you're thankful for these small things. And honestly, being thankful for the small things can really lead to bigger results because then you become thankful for everything. Number 4, be thankful for the things you may take for granted. And we all take things for granted. The things we get very used to having can become things we take for granted, but they are not things everyone in the world has access to. A few such things that I like to reflect on, the person who wrote this article, and feel very thankful for having are a roof over my head and a warm home, plenty of drinkable water, that I don't have to go hungry, being able to enjoy the small and free pleasures of life, access to the internet so I can learn and connect with people. The author says that they have found that being grateful for things like these are especially helpful to zoom out and to put my situation in perspective when I'm going through a tough time in life. And maybe not all of those apply to you. Maybe there are times that you go hungry, or maybe you don't have a home, or maybe you're struggling to have a warm home. There's still something to be thankful for, and I'm not saying that your situation isn't hard or isn't rough to go through right now. And if that is something that you're struggling with, please feel free to message me or to reach out to me, and I'll try to help as best that I can. The school can help sometimes with things like that, especially if you're going hungry, because we have food programs here. But there's usually something in that list that you can be thankful for. Plenty of drinkable water, that's a big one, because in a lot of other countries, having access to clean water is not something that's easily done. And then here in America, sometimes we are leaving our water running as we're brushing our teeth when we could be shutting it off. But we take that for granted because, we just turn on our faucet and usually water comes out. And so that's something, I'll actually leave a link to a book. I think it's called A Long Walk to Water, I think. And it's a really great book that discusses the challenges and the things people in another country have to go through just to access clean water. And it really gives you a perspective on something like that to be thankful for. And number 5, the last one, is start or end your day with thankfulness. So we kind of talked about this like on your way to school. But to make thankfulness into a habit that sticks, find a regular time for it in your day. Because we'll easily, if we're just like, I'm going to think of something that I'm thankful for every day, but we don't make a routine of it, it'll easily just kind of go to the wayside. So for example, you can start your day in a good way by finding 3 things to be grateful for about yourself over breakfast. Or you can take a few minutes in the evening, just before going to bed, to use a journal to write down 3 things you are grateful for about your day. So those are great tips as far as thankfulness. So I hope that you got something out of those tips, and at the very least, tell someone this week that you are thankful for them and why. So on that note, I'm just going to say something that I'm thankful for. And I'm thankful for my job here at Dennis as a school counselor, because I have the opportunity to meet awesome students, and you guys changed my life a lot more than you probably even realize. So I hope that you have a wonderful week. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, and I will be back with a video next Monday. So I'm going to take this time to spend some time at home and with family. And I know that this Thanksgiving might be a little bit different because of the pandemic, but just know that there are still a lot of things to be thankful for. And if you're not able to see family, it might be a good time to call them or FaceTime them, send them a text or an email, and just let them know that you're thinking about them. So I will see you soon, and I hope that you have a wonderful break.